Vintage warplanes filled the skies over the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Bombers and fighters from every war the U.S. has been in since the 1940s.
The first helicopter
President Trump, who avoided service in Vietnam by claiming medical draft deferments for bone spurs, presided over the spectacle at the White House. Despite pleas from public health experts and the mayor of Washington, D.C. over the risks of people getting COVID-19, a crowd gathered, many ignoring social distancing guidance. Trump praised American exceptionalism and the U.S. military, attacked the media and China, and praised his own performance in the fight against COVID-19.
On America's birthday, a celebration largely stripped of fireworks, speeches, and large gatherings. Tonight, Florida recording an astonishing 11,400 cases, smashing its single-day high and once again leading the nation. Miami-Dade's largest healthcare provider, Jackson Health, suspending elective surgeries this week and now requiring special arrangements for an ICU bed. With the country easily eclipsing 50,000 cases a day since Thursday, and infections on the rise in nearly 40 states, red alerts everywhere. Beaches in other parts of the country remain open. From Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, to once hard-hit Coney Island and New Jersey Shore coastlines, now packed. The situation seriously escalating in several surging states. Texas just breaking its record, 8,258 new cases, the highest single-day increase since the pandemic started. In Arizona, ICU capacity at an all-time high of 91%.
Over a dozen protesters, many of them journalists, were detained by the police in Moscow on Friday. They were outraged after fellow journalist Svetlana Prokopieva appeared in court on criminal charges for an article she'd written that could see her jailed for 6 years. Hereafter, the society will be decaying, and the repression will strengthen until people start expressing their anger. I don't know how far it can go. We have the example of North Korea. I doubt anyone wants to have the same here. In an opinion piece, Prokopieva linked the motives of an anarchist who bombed a branch of Russia's main intelligence agency in Arkhangelsk in 2018 with the political climate in the country.
The ancient, inalienable right of freeborn people of the United Kingdom to go to the pub is how Boris Johnson described it. Well, here they are, enthusiastically enjoying that right again after more than 3 months of lockdown. Plus, going to the cinema, getting their haircut, eating in restaurants and staying in hotels. For England at least, something like normal life has returned. Super Saturday, as the English press has called it, was desperately needed by a struggling hospitality industry. But business owners have had to reduce capacity and make other changes to open as safely as possible.
A 36-year-old Matthew Tratt, a loving father, husband and keen fisherman. A family holiday that ended in unthinkable tragedy. Mauled by a shark while spearfishing with his brother off Fraser Island. His brother managing to get him onto the rocks. A retired doctor also trying desperately to save him. A critical care paramedic winched from a helicopter. His wife and young children were on the beach. Indian Head is one of the closest points along the whole coast to the intercontinental shelf, making it a feeding zone for several species of sharks.
Very few people actually go into the water off Fraser Island.
This video captured near Indian Head by visitors within hours of the attack, showing a shark lurking in the shallows. Matthew Tratt is the third Queenslander to die from a shark attack in as many months. Tonight he's being remembered as a loving family man taken too soon.
It was a bottle hurled through the air at police that kicked things off in Hyde Park. Officers quick to swoop in and make an arrest, and that only angered the crowd more.
Let him go! Let him go!
A standoff between protesters and police.
This is an unauthorised assembly, you're breaching the public health orders.
It had been a peaceful rally. More than 1,000 people spread out on the grass in the Domain this afternoon, most wearing face masks and sitting far apart, listening to speeches from Aboriginal families who've lost loved ones in custody. Family members asked to stand in a circle for a traditional smoking ceremony. When it was over, the crowd was asked to leave the Domain quietly and separately, but instead they took to the streets.
The World Health Organization is discontinuing its trials of malaria drug hydroxychloroquine and a combination HIV drug in hospitalized patients with COVID-19 after they failed to reduce mortality. Saturday's setback came as the WHO reported more than 200,000 new cases globally of the disease for the first time in a single day. But the WHO on Saturday said the decision does not affect other studies where those drugs are used for non-hospitalized patients or as a prophylaxis. Last month, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration revoked its emergency use authorization for hydroxychloroquine, which President Donald Trump in March touted as a possible game changer to treat COVID-19. Another branch of the WHO-led trial is looking at the potential effect of Gilead's antiviral drug remdesivir on COVID-19.
The South Korean government is moving ahead now with a program to create some 310,000 temporary public sector jobs in a program dubbed Jobs of Hope to help the country through the economic fallout from the pandemic. The jobs will last for a month. Money for the program, a little over $1 billion, was secured through the government's third supplementary budget. The jobs themselves will help the country recover from the virus, focusing on areas like disinfection work and helping distribute and administer support payments. They'll pay the minimum wage of a little over $7 an hour and come with national health insurance. In hiring, priority will be given to people from low-income households, the disabled, people who've lost businesses, and freelancers, among others.
Washington Redskins announcing the team is undergoing a thorough review of its name amid pushback from sponsors and corporate giants, including stadium sponsor FedEx and Nike, as the NFL reportedly plans to have the song Lift Every Voice and Sing, known as the Black National Anthem, played before every game in Week 1 of the upcoming season. That news sparking this reaction from Super Bowl champ Burgess Owens, and it reads, quote, "There is no Black National Anthem. Why does it feel like the country is trying to segregate again sometimes?"